Alright guys, so we recently got the new Dokkan Fest Super Saiyan 2 Angel Goku that transforms into Super Saiyan 3 Angel Goku over here on JP. He came with him the new category, the Otherworld Warriors, which honestly is not that impressive of a category. Because of how small it is and how restricted it is and stuff, I decided to rainbow a couple of, I don't know, weird units right along with this category. This PIKKON is probably the Super Strike that might be best equipped to be a really good unit if they would eventually give, like, Awakenings, maybe EZAs to some of these Super Strike units. They've never given an EZA to a non-TUR, though, right? So they would need to Dokkan Awaken all the Super Strikes into TURs first, but I feel like it would be very good. It would be a nice grind for a lot of players, you know, add a lot of content, because those events aren't really used right now, and all these characters are niche characters. You know, there's not going to be an LR King Vegeta coming up in the future, or, you know, LR standalone King Cold, so why not, you know, make these free-to-play versions of these characters relevant, allow them to be run on all these teams. You know, some of them are very, like, oddballs, and that could really help out some of these category teams. So I would like to see something be done with these Super Strike units. PIKKON is a support type unit, so he could have the highest ceiling, but, you know, we'll see. Alright guys, so we are back. It's been quite a while since I've recorded the first part of this video. That was recorded on December 30th of 2019, back when the Super Saiyan 3 Goku and Majin Vegeta Dual Dokkan Fest, you know, first showed up. Now, since then, right, a lot of time has passed, and we still have nothing going on with these Super Strike units. Dokkan really should sort of do something about these guys. Like, it's just a bunch of free-to-play events, a bunch of free-to-play units that are just sitting there MIA. Characters, Kibito, you know, King Vegeta, King Cold, Chilled, right? Like, Piccolo Jr. from the World Tournament. These are characters I could get, like, you know, like, we could use good versions of them. Now, PIKKON actually got a Dokkan Fest since, right? So this guy, obviously, like, let me just get this out of the way. This guy is not going to look that impressive, this AGL PIKKON. I mean, he came out on May 12th of 2016 for starters, which is, like, only a few months after the 1-year anniversary. I mean, his 12-key multiplier is 125%. He has no attack buffs at all besides his support passive, which is all allies attack 15% when HP is 50% or above. Again, it's just me rainbowing every single unit in the game. You know, not every showcase is going to be a winner. Now, the Link level update also came out, which gives extra prevalence and relevance to links, and our boy PIKKON has a little bit of a wonky one. So he's got Gentleman, Cold Judgment, then this is funny. This third one is called Bombardment. You want to see who's on Bombardment? Let's take a look at this. What do you think of this? The Super Strike unit. So, I mean, needless to say, this is like trash. Not going to be able to do anything for us, right? The next link, Shocking Speed. Then he has Experienced Fighters. Then Soul versus Soul. And then the final link, that's not Shattering Limit. That's not Fierce Battle. That's Super Strike. So he has 2 links, right, related to Super Strike characters. Now, the thing that is stunning to me, too, so Bombardment at Link level 1 is 15% attack, at Link level 10, 20% attack. Super Strike is 20% attack at Link level 1, and then at Link level 10 is 25% attack. You will literally never activate these ever. Why is Super Strike not 25% attack and defense and 2 key? Is there a reason? Or like 30% attack and defense and 3 key? Like, they should have made these links, like, redonkulous. There's no reason not to. Now, Soul versus Soul, too, is another link that's probably not going to be too good, but perhaps with, like, Super Vegeta or, like, this Piccolo on the Worthy Rival team, we could actually activate that. I mean, Soul versus Soul, 2 key, 5% attack and defense. It resembles a major key link, right? It's the same buff that Saiyan Lineage has, the same buff that Prepare for Battle has. It's just Soul versus Soul is incredibly highly ultra limited because it's the link for the Cell event. So, obviously, you know, these links will definitely be a major issue for our boy PIKKON. Let's see what he does. I mean, I'm telling you right now, like, a 400k attack stat or less or something like that. He is giving a little bit of support too, which is actually going to help out a bit. We have a lot of his links active right here, actually. But Bombardment and Super Strike and Soul versus Soul are not active. but I believe we have Gentleman, Cold Judgment, Shocking Speed, and Experienced Fighters here. So let's see what PIKKON does. Oh, 200k, huh? Okay. He did also lower attack. Now, lowering attack is always a powerful effect for difficult events, you know, Battlefield, Super Battle Road, stages like this. Lowering attack will definitely give, like, actual, like utility to a lot of characters. So that's definitely good, but oh boy, it's just at this point, like, he's a free-to-play unit from 100 years ago, hurt by the Link level update, you know, completely forsaken and forgotten by the game, and just, like, never getting Awakenings. Again, there's no reason that these Super Strike characters could not all get Dokkan Awakenings to TURs, right? And they could be fairly useful. Like, why not make these cards useful? Because, again, these are, like, very, very niche characters here. A lot of these Super Strikes, right? Like, you know, again, like Kid Vegeta, like, you know, Tien has gotten a lot of good cards, but, like, the skinny and fat Gotenks are two characters that basically only have their characters from this, right? Like, you know, Xeno Trunks doesn't have many, Jackie Chun doesn't have many, Android 16 doesn't have many, Mercenary Tao, right? Like, you go through, a lot of these characters don't have a ton of cards. So giving them Awakenings, you're going to buff a lot of, like, sort of smaller, weirder categories here, right? Like, Jackie Chun and Mercenary Tao could be very good for the Earthling team, right? Like, there's definitely a number of ways we could help out. So, again, with PIKKON, those three links, Bombardment, Super Strike, and Soul vs. Soul, are going to be ultra difficult to activate. But the rest of his links are really, like, on, like, this sort of, like, build of the worthy rival team that we can do right here. With, you know, like, Dokkan Fest Piccolo sort of as the lead, and then mixed with the Namekian team, you know, we're able to get, like, Nail. Nail works good with all of the PIKKON units, right? Because he's got Shocking Speed, Experienced Fighters, Cold Judgment, right? Those are all really good links. So, like, I actually do like the rotation of Nail and Dokkan Fest PIKKON, but obviously, I mean, Nail and, you know, Super Strike PIKKON, not exactly the greatest. Now, remember, PIKKON is giving 15% attack to the whole rotation, so, I mean, he is outputting more damage than just his 200k attack status. I mean, look, he didn't even, he did double digits to Broly, dude. Oh, no, that's so sad. Oh, PIKKON, no. Oh, 3 dodge. Hey, the 3 dodge, dodging a super attack yet again. We've never seen that before, huh? Okay, I feel like we don't have to spend too long going over PIKKON. We got a good look at what he's going to look like here. Well, I guess the next rotation would have us with Beerus, who's a support type unit, so we definitely do want to see that. I'm going to go ahead and play this Piccolo active skill, and then we will see what attacks that PIKKON gets with Beerus on rotation, who is a worthy rival support type unit.
もう神でもピッコロでもない。本当の名も忘れてしまったナメック星人だ。
Alright, so we'll go ahead and let this turn play out right here, and then we'll see what attacks that our boy PIKKON gets for us next turn. I mean, you know, we can't have our expectations too high, right? Like, a 300k attack stat is probably what we're going to see. It's okay, again, you know, when doing a lot of these rainbow videos for some of these, like, really older, really, like, small units, you know, like, we, to this point, have still not had, like, a World Tournament EZ8. Well, okay, I'm recording this video on the day I'm expecting a data download for the next World Tournament units on JP. Perhaps this is the World Tournament where some of the World Tournament units actually EZA. That would be very, very good, but I'm sort of going into it assuming that won't happen, right? But, like, once they start doing that, that could help out a lot as well. Just giving more options. Like, free-to-play characters being good is obviously not a bad thing. Like, they're never going to compete with the main Dokkan Fest and stuff like that, but, you know, they got to do a little bit more with some of these free-to-play characters for sure. Alright, he's not going to get anything extra from Beerus, so we can go ahead and put PIKKON in slot 1. The problem is that our boy PIKKON is going to get hit very hard. I'm going to do this, and I'm just going to go ahead and put Nail in slot 1, just to protect PIKKON a little bit more, because, again, he's going to get hit very hard. I mean, he has no extra defense besides that 47k defensive stat right there, which is obviously pretty bad. So let's go ahead and see what our boy PIKKON does right here. Then we'll probably look at him on one more team, and then we'll finish up, right? But a lot of these older units, World Tournament units, Super Strike units, free-to-play units from years ago obviously don't hold up anymore, but I mean, that's just a natural power creep that the game is going to have, right? The game is going to continue to have power creep like that forever, right? Units will not remain relevant forever. That's why EZA is so good, because we're taking characters from 4 years ago, 5 years ago, and making them, like, good again. All right, 339k, so not really too good. How much damage is he going to take right there? Damn, 36k. All right. Well, okay, let's go ahead and move on to the next team. Alright, so now we're over here on the Hybrid Saiyan / Savior team. Again, you know, this team is pretty good. I like Gohan's leader skill. They're doing a good job, I think, with the Savior category of making it relevant. And, like, they introduced it in a proper manner, which is introducing sort of a smaller category. You know, there's some good units on Savior, but, like, they don't have, like, you know, one of the 5 best units in the game or something like that on there. But you combine that with Hybrid Saiyans, which is a huge, fat, expansive, good roster, and you've got yourselves a good team, right? It's exactly what Dokkan did not do with, say, Int Gotenks, where they released a special pose category, which is very small, doesn't have, like, hugely popular characters and stuff like that, but then they combine it with another small, shitty category, and then you get a leader unit that no one uses, right? At the very least, with Gohan here, that did not happen. So we're actually able to rock a fairly solid team. So we have 50% support Pan here. She's going to give, obviously, a large buff to PIKKON. You know, yeah, we're up to almost 60k defense here. Plus, PIKKON is getting Cold Judgment from Ultimate. So PIKKON is getting Cold Judgment from Ultimate Gohan, and then he is also getting that other thing, Shocking Speed from Pan. Because remember that Tech Ultimate Gohan does not have Shocking Speed until he actually transforms into Ultimate Gohan properly, right? That's the point where he actually gets Shocking Speed. That's one way they could have made that unit better, is 400k by PIKKON, okay, is if he would have just had Shocking Speed the whole time. That would have made that Ultimate Gohan unit, I think, much, much better. Because then you would have a major key link besides Saiyan Lineage to really build him around. Because he does also have Revival, but Revival is not something you're really going to be activating commonly, I would say, on Gohan's teams, unless maybe you're maybe like with Super Saiyan 3 Angel Tech Goku after his EZA and the Buu Saga team would be a potential place, or if you're running Gohan on the Revived Warrior team, that is also another sort of potential place, right? Alright, so let's go ahead and finish this Goten off. I might honestly just get one more rotation with PIKKON. I mean, I don't need to do... This doesn't need to be one of my 55% showcases where it's like a 50-minute video breaking down every facet of the unit, right? Because our boy PIKKON, like, you know, you take one look at the 200k attacks and you say, okay, cool, he sucks. And then we move on, right? All right, cool, I will never, you know, if you're a free-to-play player just starting up, you're probably saying, I'm never grinding him up. Well, actually, here's the thing I would say. If you are any type of player, right, preparing these units in advance could be a good idea, right? Like, you know, I have had all the Super Strikes, like, done, you know, SA-15 completely done for a very long time. You know, when we eventually might end up getting Awakenings for them, right? Like, I want to be ready. And it's like, many times in the past, like, an EZA will show up for some shitty unit, and people will go, oh, I never grinded him. I didn't think we'd need him. What? Oh, I bopped him. I didn't think we'd need that character. Like, that's always going to be repeating itself. So, if you want to get ahead of the curve, you know, you can go ahead and grind up characters like the Super Strike PIKKON. I'm not exactly going to say this guy has any type of future whatsoever, right? Don't get me wrong there, because he probably doesn't. But you never know what could happen, right? Alright, so we'll get this attack set right here. This is PIKKON with only Shocking Speed active, so he has no attack links or anything like that going on right now. And I guess, let's see how much damage he'll do with, you know, just Shocking Speed active. And then 2 support type units, right? Now remember that, unfortunately for PIKKON, he is only an SSR, so he does not have access to Shattering Limit or Fierce Battle, right? For the most part, you probably just don't even want to be using characters that don't have one of those links anyway, right? Or, you know, LRs, I guess, don't have them too, like some of the OG Prime Battle LRs and stuff like that. So what were we, just under 500k? You know, PIKKON, again, with a Dokkan Awakening, like, if his support buff jumps up to 2 key to all allies and like 35% attack and defense, this PIKKON could be good on some of these teams, but we're just in a situation right now where it's not, like, he's not good yet, right? Like, eventually, sure, but we're not really at that point yet where PIKKON is going to be usable, or really any of these Super Strikes are usable. They were good back when we were using them to do the original Prime battles back in freaking 2016, but, you know, they're going to need more. Perhaps, you never know, right? Like, the LR EZAs have been very, very powerful. Like, here, like, if we, let me pull up Trunks' legendary power real fast. So these LR EZAs, right, have been very powerful from units like Goku, who's pretty good, Frieza is pretty good, right? Like, what if they did, like, an EZA for, I don't know, Piccolo, or the LR androids, and the way you could only fight their EZA areas with, like, Super Strike characters after they've gotten awakenings and stuff like that. Things like that could happen in the future, right? So you do want to be ready ahead of time, because this Frieza is legitimately one of the best units in the game. Not best free-to-play units in the game. This Frieza shits on 99% of the summonable units in this game. So, you know, preparing these free-to-play characters for, like, their EZAs right there is not going to be a bad thing, right? So, all right, let's go ahead and break down PIKKON's details and take a look at what he can do. All right, so this is Red Hot Martial Artist PIKKON. His leader skill is AGL and STR type key 3. Yeah, great. His super attack is the Hyper Tornado, which causes huge damage to the enemy and lowers attack. Now, the lowering attack, again, is good to this day. Any units that have that ability have value. No doubt about that, right? For, you know, you never know. Like, you could be a very fresh, like, player just starting up your account or something like that. And, like, even this PIKKON could potentially help you in, like, Dokkan Battlefield. I know it sounds preposterous, but, like, if you're going up against an enemy that you can lower attack, and you could get this PIKKON to lower the enemy attack without him being hit in return, he also could potentially be supporting the rotation. There are many Super AGL characters with, you know, things like Cool Judgment and Shocking Speed, such as Nail, or, again, that 50% support Pan, but no one is going to have that Pan. Like, you know, lowering attack can be very useful, and could be good, it could bode well in the future for this PIKKON, right? His passive skill, Stoic Strength, gives all allies 15% attack when HP is 50% or more. His links are Gentleman, Cold Judgment, Bombardment, Shocking Speed, Experienced Fighters, Soul vs. Soul, and Super Strike. Unfortunately, Bombardment, Soul vs. Soul, and Super Strike are very unlikely to pretty much ever be activated, which does hurt him a lot, right? Now, Cold Judgment, Shocking Speed, and Experienced Fighters are relatively common, especially on a lot of the teams that PIKKON inhibits, but having 3 links that are almost like 99.9% of the time going to be dead. I mean, I'm only saying 99.9 because maybe Soul vs. Soul, you could have a unit that might have that. But Bombardment, you're never going to be running like 2 Super Strike characters on a team at once anymore, so that definitely hurts this unit. Again, his 12 key multiplier is 125%, otherwise known as very icky, nasty, very bad. And then finally, he is on 4 category teams right here. For starters, he's on the Worthy Rival team, a team that is making steady improvements. I mean, they did just get the 2nd best unit in the game, I feel, LR Evolution Blue Vegeta. PIKKON is also over here on the Otherworld Warrior team, which is still very small, very limited. He's also on the Savior category team, which isn't the greatest ever. I mean, it's solid, but combined with Hybrid Saiyans, I feel like it does make a very good team. And then finally, PIKKON is over here on Battle of Wits, which is always improving and is definitely a fairly good roster. So let me know what you guys think of this Super Strike AGL PIKKON. Again, not every Rainbow Showcase can be of, you know, the best unit in the game or the best EZA in the game, the best TUR in the game. Sometimes it's, yeah, this Super Strike PIKKON who sucks, and he's just terrible in every way, but, you know, at least he lowers attack and has Shocking Speed and supports a bit, I guess, right? Like, I don't know. He could be good in the future, though. That's the thing. So, thanks, guys, for watching, and I'll catch y'all next time.